In class 9th, we were learning tense, and in previous part we have learned the structure of the tenses, and today we will learn the uses of tenses, right? So we will start with the very first form of present tense, that is simple present or present indefinite tense. Let us revise the structure once again before learning the uses. For positive sentence, we have learned that subject agreed with verb first form or verb fifth form plus object. For negative, subject plus, we use the helping verb do, does plus not plus verb first form plus object. You can use the contraction also, don't or doesn't, right? Then for interrogative, we use the helping verb do, does before the subject plus verb first form plus object, and for interrogative negative, do, does plus subject plus not plus verb first form plus object. So let's move to our uses. So these are some basic uses. First is universal truth. Universal, something that was true, is true, and will true forever. Like the sun rises in the east, or you can say fortune favors the brave, the earth revolves around the sun. Universal or scientific truth, we can say gases expand when heated, right? Then the second use is to express the general truth, like the road leads to Delhi. It is a general truth, right? Or you can say my house faces the north, right? Then the third use is exclamation, to indicate an exclamation, like here comes the bus, there Meera goes, right? The fourth use is fact or something that is true at present. For example, I teach you English. She speaks English. Better than she writes it. Clear? Next, we use it for future event as well, to indicate a future event that is a part of a planning or arrangement, right? Like I go to Delhi next week. Now it is already in planning. Next use is commentary. For sports commentary, we use this tense, right? Like Pathan runs up to the wicket, right? Or he drives the ball to the boundary line. Then one more basic use of simple present is to express the present habits, habitual actions, like I drink tea in the morning, right? Or we get up at 6 o'clock. I usually read the newspaper at breakfast. So next use is a clause of time and condition. Now what do I mean? A clause of time and condition means if the main clause is in simple future, then a time clause and condition clause will be expressed by using simple present tense. Condition clause, you know, the if clause, and time clauses are introduced by conjunction of time, such as when, while, until, till, after, as soon as, no sooner than. Okay, let me explain it with example. He will come if I invite him. Now this is the main clause. It is in simple future, will plus verb first form. So our if, the condition clause will remain in simple present, invite, right? And let me give you an example of time clause as well. I shall wait till you finish your work. Right? So I shall wait, the main clause is in simple future and the time clause is in written in simple present. So I hope these uses of simple present is clear. The first use is to express universal or scientific truth. Second is general truth, which is generally true. Third, exclamation, to indicate an exclamation, to indicate a sudden or surprise fact or something that is true at present. The future event, that is in a planning. Sports commentary, to express the habits of present. And if main clause is in simple future, then the clause of time and condition will be written by using simple present tense. So now let's move to the other kind. Now we will learn the simple past or past indefinite tense. We will cover first the indefinite form of all the three tenses, then continuous, then perfect, and then perfect continuous. So let's move to the very first form of past tense. Positive sentence, we have learned that subject plus verb, second form plus object. For negative, we have learned that we use did not plus verb for first form. Again, you can use the contraction here, didn't. And then interrogative, did plus subject plus verb, first form plus object. And interrogative negative will be did plus subject plus not plus verb, first form plus object. Now let's start with the uses. So the very first use of simple past tense is to describe a past action that may happen recently. Like, I bought a car 1 month ago. Any past action that may happen recently, like she left the house an hour ago, right? Or we may use it to narrate a distant action. Means a distant past means historical truth. Like, Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal. India got independence in 1947. Then the second use is, it is used to describe past invention or discoveries. Like, Einstein invented the electric bulb. Right? Columbus discovered America. So for past discoveries, the second use is past discoveries or inventions. The next use of a simple past tense is to describe an action which occupied a period of time in the past, which is now ended. As, she slept for an hour means she woke up now. She is not sleeping now, right? Or we can say he lived in Delhi for 5 years. Means he is no longer living now, right? Then the same use as simple present is used to describe the present habits. The simple past is used to describe the past habits. To talk about an activity that took place regularly or every day repeatedly in the past but which is now no longer occurs. Like we can say, he always went to the park every morning. Means this was his habit of the past. Now he is not following the same habit. Or we can say, Mr. Nehru paid visit to Manali every year, right? Then the next use we are having, the first use is to describe a past action that happened recently, like I bought a car 1 month ago, or a distance past historical truth. Any historical event you can write. Okay? Then past discovery or invention which has already discovered or invented, that will be described by using simple past tense. To describe an action which occupied a period of time in the past but now it is over. Like she slept for an hour, he lived in Delhi for 5 years. Fourth is to describe the past habits, and the fifth one is to express an action that occurred at a particular time in the past. जैसे मैं कहूँ, he returned from Mumbai on last Monday, right? Or we can say, the poor lady crossed the road very carefully. It means at a particular time this is happened, right? Then one more use we will learn, that it is narrate an event that may happen in the past and time reference is also given. Like I received a letter yesterday, it rained yesterday, right? Or they left for Delhi last night. So this is a very common use of simple past tense. So these were the uses of simple past tense. Now we will move for simple future. Now simple future or future indefinite tense. Positive sentences will be written as subject plus will shall plus verb first form plus object, we know. The negative formation is subject plus will shall plus not plus verb first form plus object. Interrogative, will shall the helping verb will be used before the subject plus verb first form plus object, and interrogative negative the same, will shall will be before the subject and not will be after the subject. Now we will learn the uses of this tense. The very first use of simple future tense is to say what we think will happen or to invite prediction. Like he will sing a song, right? Or we can say our English teacher will not take a test today. So to indicate what we think will happen in future or to invite prediction. This is the example of prediction, that our English teacher will not take a test today. Then the second use of simple present is to indicate an offer or a promise. Like she will give me a nice gift if I pass, or I shall buy the same shirt piece for you, right? So to indicate an offer or a promise, we can use simple future tense. Then to indicate an instant decision, we use this. Means at that time of speaking, when we take an instant decision, जो उसी वक्त लिया वो decision, जैसे मैं कहूँ it is raining heavily, I shall bring an umbrella for you. Okay, or you can say it is my birthday today, I shall have a grand party, right? Or fourth use to express hopes or expectations. Simple future tense is often used after verbs or verb phrases like assume, like, expect, suppose, hope, believe, doubt. So to express hopes and expectation, we use simple future tense. I expect that India will win the match. I hope that India will win the fight against COVID-19. Right? So these are the example of simple future and future indefinite tense. I hope you understood simple present, simple past and simple future tense. So let us sum up all these kinds of present, past and future, all these three kinds of present, past and future tense. The major use of indefinite tense is to state an action. Simple present tense state an action of present, simple past state an action of past, and simple future state an action of future, right? Or let me share a trick with you. One thing you have to keep in mind कि जब भी कोई एक्शन होता है उसका एक स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट होता है, फिर वो एक्शन कुछ टाइम के लिए चलता है, यानी कि वो प्रोसेस में रहता है, और उसके बाद उसका एंड हो जाता है. ठीक है, तो व्हेनेवर हम आइडेंटिफाई कर पाएँ कि एक्शन प्रेजेंट है, पास्ट है या फ्यूचर है, लेकिन उसका स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट भी मिसिंग है, प्रोसेस भी मिसिंग है और एंडिंग पॉइंट भी मिसिंग है, हमें नहीं पता चल रहा कि वो कब शुरू हुआ, वो प्रोसेस में है या नहीं है, या वो ख़त्म हो गया. सच काइंड ऑफ एक्शंस ऑफ प्रेजेंट टेंस विल बी एक्सप्रेस्ड बाय सिंपल प्रेजेंट. Such kind of action of past will be expressed by simple past, and such kind of action of future will be expressed by simple future. ये एक ट्रिक है which works most of the time, but इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपको जो uses मैंने बताए उनको इग्नोर करना है. You have to learn those uses, you have to keep those uses in your mind, as well as you can learn this trick also which work most of the time when you are unable to identify कि अच्छा मैंने ये तो पहचान लिया कि ये प्रेजेंट है, पास्ट है या फ्यूचर है, बट मुझे अब ये समझ नहीं आ रहा कि मैं इसको कॉन्टीन्यूस में लिखूँ, इंडेफिनेट में लिखूँ, परफेक्ट में लिखूँ या परफेक्ट कॉन्टीन्यूस. तो उस टाइम पर यू कैन यूज़ दिस ट्रिक. ठीक है, चलिए अब हम नेक्स्ट कॉन्टीन्यूस टेंस करते हैं. प्रेजेंट कॉन्टीन्यूस और प्रोग्रेसिव टेंस. पॉजिटिव सब्जेक्ट प्लस इजएमआर प्लस वर्ब फोर्थ फॉर्म, आईएनजी फॉर्म प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट. नेगेटिव सब्जेक्ट प्लस इजएमआर plus not plus ing form plus object. Interrogative, the helping verb will be used before the subject and main verb will be after the subject. Is them are plus subject plus verb fourth form plus object and interrogation mark. Then is them are for interrogative negative, is them are plus subject plus not plus verb fourth form plus object. Now we will learn the uses. So the first use of present continuous tense is an action at the time of speaking, to express an action that is happening that is in progress at the time of speaking. Like, I am eating my lunch now. Okay, or the baby is sleeping at the moment. Second, temporary action means to describe an action in progress but not necessary at the time of speaking. Like, he is writing a book. Means nowadays he is writing a book. The progress of writing book, the action of writing book is in progress, but not necessarily that at the time of speaking he is writing it. Or let us learn it by another example. The plants of my garden are wearing new leaves. ठीक है, तो हमारा फर्स्ट यूज है टू डिस्क्राइब एन एक्शन विच इज इन प्रोग्रेस एट द टाइम ऑफ स्पीकिंग, और सेकेंड है हमारा टेम्परेरी एक्शन विच इज एक्चुअली इन प्रोग्रेस बट नॉट नेसेसरली दैट एट द टाइम ऑफ speaking it is happening. Third है planned future action. For planned future we use simple present as well, and this present continuous also can be used for planned future. Like, we are going to Chennai next year, or you can say I am planning to buy a car soon, or they are buying a car soon, right? Then fourth is describe current trends. It means like parents are becoming more career conscious. Okay, or people are becoming more health conscious. ठीक है, to describe the current trend. Or young children are becoming more aware of their rights nowadays, right? So to describe current trends we can use present continuous or present progressive tense. Next we are having repeated action. Repeated action means to describe, to talk about a habit or something that we do a lot. Like, she is always making excuse, right? So these were the uses of present continuous tense. Action that is in progress at time of speaking, that is in progress but not necessarily that is in progress in present but not necessarily at the time of speaking. Planned future action, describe current trends, or repeated actions that we do, habit that we do a lot, repeated actions, right? Let us learn about past continuous tense, past continuous or progressive tense. The structure we already know. Positive subject plus was verb plus fourth form plus object. Negative subject plus was verb plus not plus verb fourth form plus object. Interrogative helping verb was verb will be used before the subject and fourth form will remain after the subject. Interrogative negative was verb plus subject plus not plus verb fourth form plus object, and interrogative and interrogative negative will end with an interrogation mark. Now we will learn the uses. The first use is to describe an action that was in progress at a point of time in the past. Like, she was writing a letter at 10 a.m. yesterday. right? Or you can say it was raining all the afternoon, right? Second use is to suggest a gradual development, जो धीरे धीरे कुछ डेवलप हो रहा है, तो उस डेवलपमेंट को शो करने के लिए वी कैन यूज पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस टेंस. जैसे मैं कहूँ इट वॉज गेटिंग डार्क, राइट? और he was becoming more and more nervous, right? Third use is to express an action that was in progress when another action took place, right? Like I was writing a letter when the postman knocked the door, right? To express an action that was in progress when another action took place. आप कह सकते हो द लाइट वेंट आउट व्हेन आई वॉज रीडिंग, ठीक है? और फोर्थ यूज है टू एक्सप्रेस पैरेलल एक्शन. टू दोनों एक्शन जो हैं वो टू और मोर एक्शन वर इन प्रोग्रेस, तो टू एक्सप्रेस सच काइंड ऑफ एक्शंस वी कैन यूज पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस टेंस. जैसे व्हाइल आई वॉज लिसनिंग म्यूजिक, she was cooking in the kitchen, right? So both the actions were going at the same time, right? Or while I was reading a book, she was listening to the music. So these are the uses of past continuous tense. To describe an action that was in progress at the point of time in the past. To suggest a gradual development, right? To express an action that was in progress when another took place, and to express parallel action. Two actions were going on in the past simultaneously. Both the actions will be expressed in past continuous tense, right? Next is future continuous or future progressive tense. Positive formation is subject plus will shall plus be plus ing form plus object. Negative subject plus will shall plus not plus be plus verb fourth form plus object. Interrogative the helping verb will come before subject. Rest be plus verb fourth form will remain after subject plus object. Interrogative negative will shall plus subject plus not plus be plus verb fourth form plus object. Now let us learn the uses of this tense. The first use is to describe an action that will be in progress in future, like tomorrow at this time I shall be playing a match, right? So to express an action जो फ्यूचर में प्रोग्रेस में होगा. नेक्स्ट है टू डिस्क्राइब एन एक्शन एक्सपेक्टेड इन द नॉर्मल कोर्स, कि एक नॉर्मल रूटीन में प्लानिंग में जो काम है वो वैसे ही उसको होने के लिए एक्सपेक्ट किया जा रहा है. जैसे द एरोप्लेन विल बी टेकिंग ऑफ सून, राइट? तो एक जिस काम की जो प्लानिंग है या जो टाइमिंग है उसको एक्सपेक्ट करना कि इट विल बी हैपनिंग इन दैट वे ओनली. नेक्स्ट यूज है हमारे पास टू आस्क पोलाइट क्वेश्चन. जैसे विल you be calling me, right? Or we can say when will he be coming, कि कब आ रहा है वो, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट है टू इंडिकेट एन एक्शन दैट इज रिजल्ट ऑफ अ रूटीन, कोई ऐसा काम जो हमारी रूटीन का रिजल्ट है, ठीक है. जैसे मैं कहूँ शी विल बी कमिंग हेयर टुमारो, it is on her way to home, right? और आप कह सकते हो I shall be meeting her tomorrow, we study in the same class. So these are the uses of future continuous. To describe an action that is in progress in future, to describe an action expected in normal course, to ask polite question, or to indicate an action that is a result of a routine, right? अब ट्रिक का टाइम, ठीक है. अब मैं आपको एक ट्रिक बता देती हूँ. जैसे मैंने तुम्हें इंडेफिनिट की तीनों फॉर्म्स, जब प्रेजेंट पास्ट फ्यूचर की इंडेफिनिट तीनों फॉर्म मैंने फिनिश की, तो मैंने आपको बताया कि एवरी एक्शन हैज़ अ स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट, then it is in progress for some time and then it is having an ending point. हमें सबसे पहले क्या आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि ये प्रेजेंट का एक्शन है, पास्ट का या फ्यूचर का है. इसको आइडेंटिफाई करने के बाद हमने देखना है क्या स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट हमें मिल रहा है, या काम प्रोसेस में चल रहा है, या एंडिंग पॉइंट मिल रहा है. जिस काम का प्रोसेस में चल रहा है, जिसका स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट नहीं है ना ही एंडिंग पॉइंट है, इट मीन्स इट इज़ गोइंग ऑन. इफ़ इट इज़ गोइंग ऑन इन प्रेजेंट, it will be described in present continuous. If it was going on in past, then it will be expressed by using past continuous. And if it will be going at a particular time in future, then it will be expressed in future continuous tense. ठीक है, तो ये थी आपकी ट्रिक. Now we will move to our हमारे जो नेक्स्ट दो फॉर्म्स रह गई हैं, परफेक्ट और परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस, we will do in next part. By the time you have to revise all the uses and all the formation of all these forms, simple form of all the tenses and continuous form of all the tenses, right? I will see you in the next part.